All right, welcome back, everybody. So, if you haven't guessed, there's the menu of what I'm having for dinner tonight, and it is Salisbury steak. I have been watching Chef John on Food Wishes on the YouTube channel, so I was trying to come up with some new recipes, and I found this one, and I love Salisbury steak, so I thought I would give that a try tonight. Yeah, I got glasses on. I gotta have them on so I can see all this tiny writing. So anyway, the ingredients says for 1 pound of ground beef. I'm doubling that tonight. I'm doing 2 pounds just because I'm hungry. I love to eat, and I thought 1 pound just wasn't enough for me. So anyway, I'm doubling the recipe. So I got 2 pounds of ground beef, and following off the instructions here, or the ingredients, half a teaspoon of black pepper. All right, and the next one is ground mustard, 1 teaspoon. Oh yeah, that looks good. Close enough. This ain't rocket science. All right, so next one is 2 tablespoons of ketchup, so that's gonna be 4 tablespoons. All right, there's 4 of them. 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire, got double that, so we'll do 2 of them. Okay, and 1 teaspoon there's a teaspoon right there of soy sauce. One, and like I said, I'm doubling it, so it's got to be 2 of them. All right. And what's the next thing on the menu here? 1 beaten egg. I've already beaten my eggs. I got 2 eggs in there beaten. A pinch of cayenne. Good old cayenne pepper. That's gonna make it give it a little heat. I'm just gonna dash a little bit on there. That ought to work. And a half cup of breadcrumbs. I'll use 1 cup. Ooh. About to make a mess. Yeah, close enough. All right, that is all the ingredients for this part of it. So what he said to do on the video is to use a fork to mix all this together. It's not real easy. Like I said, this is my very first time making homemade Salisbury steak. I used to just go to Walmart and buy them out of the freezer section in the box. I've never done this homemade, so bear with it. Now he said that, like I said, you don't want to use your hands, you want to use a fork on this, just because you don't want to heat it up so bad. If you heat it up, then the steaks get tough, and we don't want them tough, we want them tender. All right, I got it mixed up pretty well, I think. And so the next step is to cover it. And just cover it with some saran wrap, which I have conveniently here for me. And the way he showed is to press your saran wrap down on top of your meat. And we're going to refrigerate this for about an hour. And then while that's refrigerating, I'll start working on the gravy part of it. So anyway, I want to start on the gravy part, and the gravy calls for mushrooms, and it says 12 large mushrooms sliced, but anyway, I decided to go with these baby portobellos, and I'm going to slice them up. I like portobellos myself. I think they have a really good flavor to them. I like these over any other mushroom. And I really like mushrooms, so. Mushrooms are good. I love me some mushrooms. I wish I knew how to grow them. I'd grow some. All right, got my mushrooms all cut up, sliced, and so the next ingredient that needs to be sliced and diced is an onion. You want to Okay, starting my gravy mix here, I put in, since I'm doubling my recipe, I put in 4 tablespoons of butter, and we're gonna let that melt down a little bit here. I'm making a whole lot of gravy, and I'm gonna eat it. All right, butter's melted down pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and add all my mushrooms. And I'm going to add all of my onions. And then I'm going to add just a little bit of salt. And stir that all around really good. And we're just going to let this saute up until it's nice and brown. All right, so I've got my onions and mushrooms sauteed down pretty well, I think. And so the next thing is to add 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. And since I'm doubling it, my ingredients, so it's going to be 4 tablespoons. There's 1 and 4. So put that in and you let them stir it up really good. And you're going to let this cook for about 3 minutes. Now, so far, I think the hardest part about making this gravy is not eating all the mushrooms. The mushrooms are delicious. I would suggest that you go with the portobello mushrooms instead of the white mushrooms. The portobello just has so much more flavor to it. So anyway, I'm gonna finish stirring this up real quick and let it cook for about 3 minutes, and then I'll get back with y'all. Okay, so the next step is 3 cups of broth, and because I'm doubling, it's going to be 6 cups. And what I'll do is just add water, and then I'm going to put my broth bouillons in there. All right, and there's 6 cups of water. Okay, my bouillon's out here. Anyway, I'm using the whatever how you pronounce that, and it's the beef bouillons, and they come in these little cubes like this. Makes it so much easier, and it gives it so much more flavor. These little cubes hold a lot of flavor. I know I put that whole one in there just now, but these will dissolve a lot faster if you crumble them up. I think I'm going to use 3 of them, just because it's probably 1 per 1 cup of water. So I think I'm just going to start off with 3 for now. All right, there's those. Give that a quick mix. All right, now I got to add in 2 tablespoons of ketchup, which will be 4. Crap. Whoops. There's 1. Hey, if you don't make a mess while you're cooking, you ain't doing it right, right? 2. 3. And 4. All right. And I'm also supposed to add in, yeah, this ain't working out too well. 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire. 1 and 2. All right, I want to stir that in real quick, and then let this simmer up, thicken up, and clean my mess up. Yeah, there. Yeah, I got holy socks. I don't care. Yeah, things just ain't working out right at all tonight on this. I'm making all kinds of messes. All right, I'll be right back with the next step of this. After I got all my ingredients added and I got my mess all cleaned up, or pretty well, I left this on high heat until it came to a simmer, kind of like it is right now, just a kind of slow boil. So anyway, now we need to reduce this down to a medium heat. And we're going to set our timer for 10 minutes. And just let it simmer there and stir it every once in a while until it cooks down and makes an actual gravy. All right, so I'm going to start on my Salisbury steak patties. And I got my hands just a little bit wet. That's what the chef said to do. That way your patties don't stick to your hands as bad. Anyway, he said you want to make them about 1/2 inch thick. And he said traditionally these are oval shaped. So I'm gonna try to do that. Anyway, we're cooking these in butter. So that is probably about a couple teaspoons worth of butter. And make me another and just keep on with the process. Okay, so I've got my Salisbury steaks cooking. And just like that. So anyway, I taste tested my gravy, and it has a little more ketchup in it than my liking. So if you don't like a lot of ketchup, I would say cut that in half, or maybe even a third or whatever, and maybe add it as you taste test it while you're cooking. So. Give it a little stir here. It's starting to stick up pretty nice. It's starting to look like gravy, don't it? And also, if you like mushrooms like I do, I would suggest to use 2 packages of mushrooms instead of just the 1. I wish I had it with 2 because the mushrooms cook down quite a bit. So, anyway, that's just my little helpful hint as we're going along. All right, so my next step is my burgers. I didn't cook them all the way through. I just basically seared them on it, seared them on each side. And I know they look burnt, but I think that's just the breadcrumbs that I put in there. So anyway, what I'm doing, since I didn't cook them all the way through, I want to put them in my gravy, and they will finish cooking in there. As the gravy thickens up, that gravy can get mingled in there with the hamburger patties, or the Salisbury steak patties. Get all those flavors infused in there, and like I said, it'll finish cooking in with this gravy. And hopefully here in just a few minutes, all this will be done. And also, I started on some potatoes, getting those on the boil. All right, welcome back everybody. So dinner is done. Like I said, tonight we are having homemade Salisbury steak. Man, I'll tell you what, ain't this looking good? I'll give you a few mushrooms out of here. Try to anyway. Man, don't that look good? And we got some homemade tater salad, or not tater salad, mashed taters, homemade mashed taters. But anyway, I seen something on the chef's video that I wanted to try. He kind of made like a little well here right here. I've never done this before, but I seen it and I was like, man, that's pretty cool. I'm gonna try it. Got a little well right there, and he put butter in there. And you know me, I like butter, so butter is better, makes everything better. Anyway, that's supposed to melt down in there. So anyway, so I'm gonna give this a taste test real quick. I need to put some salt and pepper on everything. All right. So before I start, I'm gonna let this cool down just a little bit. Like I said, this is my very first time making Salisbury steak, homemade Salisbury steak, and I won't do it again. I'll go out to a restaurant or go to Walmart and buy some frozen Salisbury steaks or something. This took about almost 4 hours to make, and I haven't taste tested yet. I've taste tested the gravy a little bit, and it was a little too over ketchup-y for me. But and it just it wore me out. And I had planned on having some turnip greens that I picked out of my garden tonight. They're fresh, they're organic and everything, and I really wanted some. But it took too much time to make this Salisbury steak, and I'm just too tired to try to worry with the turnip greens. So I'll have those tomorrow night. All right, so let's give this a taste test. It tastes a lot like meatloaf with gravy on it. It has has a strong ketchup flavor to it. I'm not saying it's bad, but I know I definitely won't make this again. I'll go to the store and buy some. But like I said, it's not bad. It's got a lot of ketchup in it. I'm not a big ketchup fan. So if I happen to make it again, I will either not put ketchup in it at all, or I will reduce it down quite a bit. So, all right, let me give the taters a try here. I know these are gonna be good. Taters are always good. You can't mess up taters. Yeah. Oh, those are good. So I'm gonna try something I know I like to do. I'm gonna try some potatoes with the meat. Yeah, it's still got a strong ketchup flavor to it. It doesn't taste anything like you buy out of the store. So, but hey, you never know unless you try, right? I'm not gonna throw it away. I'm still gonna eat all this. So, y'all keep on trying to make your home cooked meals. Try something different. You may like it, you may not. Hey, sometimes you don't. But anyway, save yourself some money. Quit going out to eat all the time. Bye, y'all.